Okay, let me just first start off by saying I like Webtoon. Okay, I love it. Without Webtoon, I would have never been able to discover God of High School, Tower of God, Unordinary, Lookism, and a whole lot of other Webtoon comics I'm reading as of right now. Okay, it's pretty much the stories behind the comics, everything about it, the art, everything about these Webtoon comics that I'm reading and still kind of reading as of right now, and comics that I've finished. I love it. I love it wholeheartedly, and I continue to hope that Webtoon will continue to create, along with Crunchyroll, more animes based off of these Webtoon comics. Okay? But there's a little gripe I have with Webtoon of how they do things, at least nowadays, for on their platform. For those of you guys that don't know, from the early stages of Webtoon, before the whole, and this was takes place way before Crunchyroll and Webtoon did that little crossover and decided to collab together, and all that other stuff like that. Webtoon was its own independent space. It was only its independent space. It sure had like a few other like anime companies, but it was only like profiting off of mobile games that was coming out and vice versa. And Webtoon, like I said from the jump, is completely free for everyone to read, no matter where you are around the world. All you really gotta do is just make an account, do whatever you case, and bing, bing, bong, you can read all the favorite Webtoon chapters free from your leisure on your mobile device or laptop or whatever, right? But Webtoon, after, I would like to say, after the um Crunchyroll buyout and they're making the animes and stuff like that. I think that was around the time they introduced the coin system. Now, Toon also has a similar system, but they actually took away the coins and just put in points for some goddamn stupid reason. But the basically the whole coin system is obviously to give fast pass, which pretty much, you guys don't know, if a webtoon comic is, you're pretty much at the latest chapter right now that's only viewable for free, for only audiences globally to see freely. If you really want to skip over to the next couple of chapters that's already made, but just not ready yet for the global audience to see freely, then that's when the webtoon coins come into play, where pretty much every time you spend like 5 coins, you can read that next upcoming chapter instead of waiting for the initial like official global release for that chapter to be viewed publicly for everywhere. And for a while, that's what it was. And then later down the road, this is where things get way crazy when they give out the daily fast pass or daily free pass, wherever the case may vary. It's called daily free pass, where basically you just read one chapter of a comic chapter. It doesn't matter what comic chapter it is. And it's mainly implemented on the completed Webtoon comics. As you guys don't know, Hardcore Loving Warrior is also going to be daily pass, which means you only be able to read certain chapters a certain number of passes, which is pretty much always going to be one. And you have to wait a 24-hour period to wait, and then you can read the chapter again. Or you can read a next chapter, and vice versa. And for a while, I had a little bit gripes with this because obviously I wanted to read these comics. I wanted to, get to know about the lore behind it with the complete sagas, because I was reading Sweet Home, and that was like daily passed. Then it was Nosebleeds. I'm actually somewhere up to the chapters where it's about to get to daily pass, where I have to actually use the daily pass stuff, and also Go Etsu and Hardcore Loving Warrior, those comics that I've read to a god amount of times, is also daily pass as well. But I kind of also agree to a certain extent why they're doing it, because obviously the creators, it pretty much gives the creators more, basically gives them more money, basically, which I'm perfectly fine with, because if the comic's pretty much done and no one else is reading it, then what's the point? Obviously, you know what I'm saying, you gotta give the creators more money, and this is where the Webtoon Daily Pass, okay, I get that, obviously, especially It also gives certain incentives to older readers who already read the comic. They have that luxury of freedom of reading it for the first time, and obviously, having the freedom to just read completely for free. And if they was patiently waiting for the next chapter to drop, or in case they use the occasional free pass, or whatever, right? But the thing what I have with Daily Pass is the complete comics I'm fine with. It's the comics that ain't really completed, that are really just there, that aren't completed, they're just still like ongoing, is what I kind of have literally gripes with. Because, bro, why? Like, why? I also had that similar gripe with Tappy Toon at some places, but at the exact same time, I kind of, to a certain degree, you know what I'm saying, it's Tappy Toon. I can't really argue with how they run shit on their app, but that's why I kind of like Webtoon over Tappy Toon, because there was like very few Webtoon comics I was kind of low-key interested in at that time. Only I was interested was just Solo Leveling, and vice versa. But with Webtoon, with how they implemented, I will say one thing for sure, that they give the comic or the reader some leeway. They allow the person to actually read one free chapter every single day. When it came down to Tappy Toon, where they don't even really give you any like free day to read a chapter that's, you know what I'm saying? You have to buy that bitch out. But when it comes down to Webtoon, I don't know. It kind of rubs me the wrong freaking way, because, bro, like I've read God of High School, I've read Unordinary, I've read these comics beforehand. I've read some few complete Webtoon comics before. I completely forgot off the top of my head, but I've read some of these complete chapters. I read some of these complete comics, and the fact that they're doing this daily pass, I will give it some leeway. It's gonna be supporting more of the creators of their comics. I'm not gonna bash them for that. But when it comes down to just your comic is still freaking ongoing, like, I don't know, that daily pass is kind of a little bit stretching it, if you ask me. Like, I don't know, like, it's better than what Tappy Toon did, but it still rubs me the freaking wrong way in some cases. But again, I kind of knew this is going to happen, because again, Webtoon or just Webtoon comics in general is becoming more mainstream now, thanks to Crunchyroll with the Webtoon collaboration. Along with that, people has been recommending Webtoon comics out there, like Soul Leveling, The End, and After the Beginning. I think that's what the other Webtoon comics is also called. And not only that, YouTube's also been recommending Two Mix comics, which, by the way, some of the Two Mix comics that YouTube used to recommend, I don't think they recommend it anymore. But some of those Webtoon comics, they're 18 and plus. Like, I'm talking like they show off the sex and everything. So that was a little bit crazy what YouTube did on their freaking part when it came out to advertising. But I digress. But all in all, again, it is what it is. I just wanted to throw my 2 cents out there. But all in all, man, that's what I kind of like feel about Daily Pass that they have on Webtoon. It's not great, but it's not bad either with what Tappy Toon did. If I were to recommend something of the ordinary when it comes down to the daily free pass, is that increase the daily free pass, because like I said again, especially for comics that are pretty much fully completed, because like I said again, if you're really gonna make a person wait 24 freaking hours to read your comic, it implements that freaking suspense and whatnot, and I get that. And obviously, you pretty much gotta be in that waiting period until you pretty much read the next chapter and whatever. But I think it would be way better if they just add way more, like, how many more like chapters you could read to use the daily free pass and stuff like that. Because as far as I'm aware, there's only most of the comics, or most of the Webtoon comics I've seen, both completed and not, have only just offered just one daily free pass every time. Just one daily free pass. I wish they could just extend it up to like at least at the very least 3. So obviously, people can continue reading it along and vice versa. It would be a little bit better than just sticking to 1. But I guess that's just me. That's what I'm just saying, But anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. This video is really coming out late, and that's mainly due to the fact because your boy's sleep schedule is absolutely garbage. I'm trying to get that sleep schedule worked out so I can continue doing these daily uploads, because I realized I did miss a day, and that was actually due to the fact because I actually had a video recorded and I actually uploaded thumbnail and everything prepared, but the video kept on rendering and it was slowly loading. And I was like, why is it doing this now out of all things? But I'll be on top of my videos a little bit more during the waiting time, especially if it's like coming close to late at night. I want to at least make sure, hell, better yet, if a video is pretty much done, let me know in the comments down below, because I have my notification on when it comes down to comments. So in case you guys aren't aware, I do read you guys' comments, and sometimes I heart them. Sometimes I just don't have the time or energy to pretty much go into a conversation with you guys, because again, like, I'm busy doing X, Y, and Z. But again, just if my video is finished, please again comment, because again, I'll just let me know that my video is A, finished, and B, that you guys pretty much enjoyed or don't. I don't know. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Like this video, comment down below, share this video across social media if you can, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. This is PlayerSex signing out, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.